Buongiorno everyone, come stai? This is like, hello everyone, how are you in Italian? I'm practicing my non-existing Italian.
While living in Greece.
While living in
We're all
while
about the global
living in
community.
Berlin.
Aren't you
True.
in Greece now?
I am now, and I'm gonna live in Berlin.
I'm
I'm
just
spending
trying to
some time here.
update our viewers on the status of your location in case
Okay, we're
they need
gonna
to send you fan mail
our burritos.
or burritos. Yes, we're very much in need of burritos today.
Hello everyone. This is Fatima.
Hi, I'm
Actually, I'm gonna.
Christos.
All right. Okay, we can shuffle with our names. I can say like, Marco, you want to introduce yourself, and then we can have Siddharth being like, hey, I'm Marco.
Yeah, so I'm Marco, I'm from Italy. I'm being a contributor to GitLab for the past few months. And I guess I'm living proof that everyone can contribute because I'm not a web developer, so everyone can do it.
Yay.
And that's it.
Anyone else, if they want to say hi, more than happy to.
Hi, I'm Siddharth. I'm from India. I have been contributing in GitLab for a year and now. I'm also doing GSOC with GitLabs. So happy to be here.
Hi, I'm Stephen Pritchard. I'm from the central US, and I just recently was added to the GitLab Heroes program. So that was awesome.
Hey, congratulations, welcome.
Congrats.
You open MR to, is your profile on the hero page? Stephen?
What's that again?
Is that your, do you have your profile on the, your name listed on the heroes page yet?
Yes, I do.
Oh, perfect. Maybe that's why I remember your name, because I might have stumbled across your MR. Nice.
Yeah, that was
Congratulations.
you, Christos. You merged it.
Nice, welcome. I'm still editing the hackathon dashboard. I mean, we have an open agenda. Let me grab the, where is the URL of our
I
document?
can drop it. Hang on.
Thank you very much.
There's
While I finish this
notes.
beautiful dashboard here. Toot. Okay, okay. Let me save that. Save. Edit. Come on. Save. So feel free to put like thank you, Fatima.
Yeah,
Feel
you
free
can
to,
put your introductions. You can put any questions or topics that you'd like to talk about while Christos gets that dashboard fixed. Yeah, any things that you have questions about. Actually, these are all familiar names, so I don't know if they would have any questions for us, but if there's something on your mind that you want to talk about GitLab or otherwise, that's what we're here for. And then we can talk about the hackathon wrap up.
I think I finished this the
Really?
dashboard. Yep. Okay.
Drum roll.
All right. So please work. Okay, I guess you can see my screen.
Yes.
It's the dashboard here now. Move a bit.
Yes.
Yay.
Perfecto. Okay, so we concluded the Q3, the third quarter of the our hackathon, our quarterly hackathon, GitLab hackathon. It was like quite a success, this one. We had 79 submitters, which is 79. Okay, something changed there. I need to check. Wait, we have a newcomer popping in. No? Okay, maybe. Yeah, CS is trying to join. In any case, so we had 79 submitters and 471 MRs created for this hackathon, which is a high number. We had a few cases where we got feedback from our reviewers that people tried to break their MRs. It was the smaller ones, which is which is a way to get more points for getting the prizes at hackathon. But in these cases, we ask people to close their MRs, and that's why for this hackathon we have a huge high number of MRs, but we also gonna probably have a high number of closed MRs as well compared to the previous hackathons, because we're asking people to close the ones that are like not spam, but really tiny ones. Because every time you open an MR, the pipelines are triggered, which means a lot of time and a lot of money. So every time the pipelines for the GitLab repo are triggered, it's a fair amount of money. And also it means extra reviewers. So imagine having one MR broken into 10 MRs, and everything is an MR. It includes only one title change or file name change. How the system works, like every time an MR is open, an reviewer has to be assigned. The MR coaches need to triage the MR, and then they send it to a reviewer. So it's it's like more resources, and is that also the review time is getting really long instead of having one MR. So in any case, well, still super great numbers, great participation. It was like 1 week long. Congratulations to everyone. A lot of MRs, a lot of submitters, which is super nice to see. We didn't have so also thank you to all people who supported the community. A lot of people like Marco and Lee and everyone who are in our Discord or Gitter. They provided support during the hackathon, which is always nice to see. I'm gonna link this dashboard in the agenda document, so people can just go and they see their own. Let me just put it in the agenda doc. I'm gonna put a link there. So feel free to go and check the analytics. You can also play with stuff. For example, if you enable this label, you can see how many there were being merged. 323 out of 470 already is being merged. It's quite a high number. We still have until the 15th of September, and then afterwards we're gonna be see how many they've been merged and calculating the new points, the points for people, and so even though there's a list of people here with their numbers of MRs, this is just an indication, because we're calculating the points based on the contribution areas: front end, back end, technical writing, website, and security. So we're gonna be announcing, as we did for the previous as we did for the previous hackathon, we're gonna be announcing the different 5 different tables with all the winners here. Speaking of which, in case you participated in the previous hackathon and your MR is merged and you haven't received your swag, apologies for that. We had a public apology again for that. We had some issues. We had to change 2 vendors for creating swag, so that's why there are some delays. Hopefully we're gonna have everything shipped for the previous hackathon and the backpacks for the July backpack initiative, hopefully in this week. Worst case scenario, next one. I'm following up with our vendor to see the status there. So hopefully we're gonna streamline the process moving forward, and we don't want to be having these delays. Let me go in the chat. Any questions for the hackathon so far? The next day, the dates for the next hackathon haven't been announced yet. We got some feedback to have the hackathon run right after a release, which makes some sense because it's easier for people to, after a release, things are really a bit quiet. The technical writing team gave a lot of feedback, also some ideas on how to have a better point system. Actually, I can link you with oh, let me get the issue. Okay, back here. Let me link the issue here. The technical writing team, they did a retrospective in regard to the hackathon. They had some ideas on the point system. I put in the agenda the link to the issue, so people, you can chime in if you want, if you're interested. The main idea was like to prioritize in a way the issues. I mean, one way to be able to have like qualitative contributions and not trying to game or trick the system with multiple MRs is like calculate points based on the issues closed. So regardless, I mean, it might take like 5 MRs to close an issue. But at the same time, though, still we need to understand the importance of each issue, because some issues might be like one issue might be a ton of work, and also one issue can have more than one people contributing to that. So it's like how we calculate points for that. So Marcel had some ideas about like labeling the issues and adding some priority in a way, or using the priority system we have at GitLab. At the same time, though, in order to achieve that, we need to do that for all the available issues contributions, which is a lot. A lot in terms of like, if we go to the open issues labeled as accepting merge requests, they are 20,000 issues. And if we're talking about the seeking community contribution, which is like a new format that we use, is like more catered issues for the community, there we have only 300, which is great. But still, the 300 is not enough, so we need to grow this number. But in any case, there's this issue right now, which is how we make sure that every contribution counts. There's a fair system in place to so for example, in the past, someone who was going to fix typos in the website and create like 10 or 20 or 30 MRs could win the grand prize, versus someone who spent like 3 days working on a feature with only 1 MR. I'm not saying that typos are not important, they're equally important. I'm just saying that we need to find a way to balance a bit and how we measure success. In any case, that's from the hackathon. I'll pause here if you have any comments or any thoughts, especially about how we calculate the winners and the points. Yeah.
Yeah, another thing that I'm sure not everyone, that for sure has come out from that issue where they talked about how to score the points. For example, issues can be split up not only on different people, but on different MRs. And because to close one issue, you might need to open multiple MRs to do that.
True. But if we count only points to issues, then we are fine with that. But again.
Yeah, but it also depends. For example, if you have an issue that's not strictly speaking difficult, but it takes longer because you have to open an MR to change the backend, that maybe that could count as a hackathon, but then you need to make a front-end change that you need to wait for the backend to get merged, and then you can make in time.
Oh, I see. So you're saying that during the hackathon, the issue might not close, but your contribution is equally important. Yeah, I see. Yeah, that's a reason of why we cannot use only issues.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's difficult to decide how to do it, because that's not really a fixed. It's complicated.
Well, if we crack that, then we crack how we calculate value against like how we measure value in a way when it comes to MRs, because we're trying to come up with a point system or a fair system for awarding winners, for defining winners. Oh, another option is like something from the technical writing team that they propose is like they have the reviewers decide the points for its MR.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, but that's
Yeah.
really adding a human thing on top of something that shouldn't really be human to be equal. Because if I'm a reviewer, I could think that this MR or this issue could award 5 points, but another reviewer might think that maybe that's more of 3 points or 7 points. I don't know. It's not,
Then-
it's subjective.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, that could probably lead to some arguments.
Yeah.
Less than great, yeah.
I mean, another option is like we have guidelines in terms of like, because right now the point system, when we introduced the point system, wait, no, the point system existed. It was always like the number of MRs, and it was like one thing, you know. So if you were doing like syntax, if you were fixing syntax errors, you like and make like 20 MRs or 30 MRs, you were a winner. I remember during my second hackathon, there were 2 people who individually opened 70, 75 MRs each. In total, it was like 150, 140 or something. I was like, wow. So in the beginning, I was celebrating, and then I started realizing what's going on. And this is when we started introducing like, okay, the point system against like issues. So if you have a point, an issue contributing to an issue, then you're getting the points. Only then you're getting 5 points. If you're not on an issue, you get 1 point. But then again, it was not fair because again, you could do the same for syntax or other some stuff. So another iteration is like the contribution area. So let's like make it more fair and trying to identify people based on its contribution areas. So now we're looking for another iteration, because right now what people are doing is like, again, they're trying to break an MR into multiple. I'm not saying that everyone is doing, and so maybe if there are only a few people doing it, maybe we just need to educate people in the beginning of the hackathon, have like a call and be like more and have some guidelines in a way. But still, this is something that you cannot regulate in a way, because one of the main principles of GitLab and also contributing software engineering is like small iterative changes. You know, it's like make small changes, make everything in MR, keep it simple, so it's really easy to review. But how do you differentiate? Like, not that simple. You can put these 10 file changes in one MR. You don't have to make them like 10 MRs or something. How we educate, how we communicate that. That's the question.
Yeah, I guess that's where the human factor comes in, because if someone opens, for example, 10 different or 15 different MRs that basically every MR does the same thing, the reviewer can say, close this, join them together, and open 1 or 2 MRs. But yeah, that's basically what's been doing that now.
Yeah, and that's it's already too late, because in order to do that, you need to have reviews, MR codes to triage the MR, and then have a reviewer to spend some time, and then have a reply, and then here we go again. And you also have like in the metrics a bunch of MRs that are gonna be closed. Which also messes up. And that was like Lee's point when we started celebrating that the record high. I mean, this month was like it's been a record high number in terms of like MR created for GitLab, like a record high all the time. And Lee was like, yeah, we had a lot of spam in the hackathon. We include them. I was like, yes, it's in the metrics. We cannot say we discard them. Someone took the effort to open them. So,
well, someone couldn't even write a script to open the MRs.
yeah, I mean, it was not
hacking the system to the limit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like I'm gonna create an issue.
Or maybe this could be quite tricky and not really well accepted, but limiting the amount of MRs open each day. Because, for example,
Per person.
per person, yeah. Doing this, for example, you say everyone can open up to 5 or 10 MRs each day, maybe per category even. This way you, because MRs that change backend, front end, and something like that, you need actually some time to write the MR. I mean, to make the changes, check that everything works. And I can't really think about someone opening that many MRs that actually make changes to the code that quickly.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I hear you. That's another thing. We cannot regulate whether you work on something before the hackathon and you open an MR, the MR only during a hackathon. We had cases in the past where people was like, I remember I was like reached out to a contributor to offer the price, a swag price for something else. And I was like, hey, we're looking forward for contributions. And the response was like, yeah, I mean, there's the hackathon for next month, so I'm gonna keep my MR for now and I'm gonna open them during the hackathon. So I get the price there as well. So yeah, we cannot also regulate that. And actually we're trying to motivate people to go through the issues and find something to work on before the hackathon.
Yeah, that's in the end, I think that if someone wants to cheat the system, they're gonna find a way to do it. You can't really protect against it.
Sure. What we're thinking right now is like how to save ourselves from more spam. Just like to bring everyone up to speed for the newcomers. We're discussing about the hackathon point system. How it works so far is like if you create an MR that's contributing to an issue of a specific contribution area, 5 areas like front and back end security, technical writing, and website. If you open an MR that's contributing to these areas, it gets awarded with 5 points. Sorry, if your MR is merged. And so in the previous hackathon, we had a lot of people who were not a lot of people, a few. I would like 2 or 3 who were like breaking down the MRs to like they were keeping it extremely simple when they could have only one MR instead. So they had like more than one, like 5 or 6, in order to get more points. So we're trying to see how we can have people avoid doing that, how we can either educate people to be like, hey, this is not a good practice, because when you break your MR to multiple, then it's like a lot of time to review and the reviewers are not happy, especially when it's the best practice to keep them in one MR. So we're discussing ways to fix that. And also something else, like if we want to iterate on the hackathon point system, we can think of a way to make it more rewarding or more like not competitive. I don't like that, but more
Like
rewarding.
gamified.
Maybe. But again, it's like quantity versus quality.
Yeah.
So I remember Siemens, for example, they opened an MR. There's like one MR 2 weeks worth of work, for example, in one MR. And then on the other hand, you have 3 MRs, which is more like, let's say, refactoring code or like updating some versions of some libraries that were this. Both of them are equally important. What I'm saying is like different perspective, different scale. Hey, everyone, if to the there's other people in the group, if you have any questions or you want to speak to unmute, feel free to unmute them. And please contribute your thoughts or ideas.
I'm curious, Christos, like I've only been part of Hacktoberfest once, but how do they solve? Do they just mark things as, do they just have people who review things as spam and then close them? Is that how they solve the similar problem?
Anyone who participated in Hacktoberfest wants to start?
This feels
Or
like
more?
this is a problem that other communities must have solved. I almost want to tweet about it, but also I don't want to put it on broadcast. I'm like, how do I ask this without pointing to the hackathon and making people open more things?
In Hacktoberfest, there is a limit. The first 5 good first issues must. That after the first 5 MRs or PRs are must, then you have completed the task. There is only a 5 PRs or MRs limit to complete the Hacktoberfest task.
Oh, interesting. Thank you.
But as far as I know, and correct me if I'm correct me, Siddharth, also it's up to the project maintainers to review the MRs and say that this is a valid work or not.
Yeah, tag the Hacktoberfest. Tag.
So the Hacktoberfest group, they're just like facilitating like the prizes and bug and session. The rest is like project maintainers who are like, okay, this is a Hacktoberfest contribution. It's valid, it's already valid with a label, but
Yeah, that wouldn't really work for our problem.
I mean, the Hacktoberfest is like 1 month thing,
Yeah.
We could, yeah. For us, we want something for a week. By the way, the format of the week, I'm thinking maybe we should keep it. It went well over the weekend, good participation, not something anything crazy. I mean, it wasn't like double the size of participants, but still it worked well. The only problem is that with the GitLab problem, it's not a problem, it's like the difference, primary difference between the GitLab hackathon and other hackathons is that GitLab hackathon is a bit asynchronous, where other hackathons are like, okay, 1-2 days, bam, 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 sessions, writing codes, reviewing and things like that. So, and something that we've seen in the past with the office calls or sessions, when we invited people to talk about GitLab and other features, they lack participation. So there were not a lot of people participating in the session. So that's why we don't have any sessions. We only have office calls. So if you want in the future hackathon to have more sessions, but also with the problem of time zones, how we incorporate that. If you have any thoughts about improving the hackathon in terms of prizes, structure, yeah, feel free to unmute or leave a comment here or leave something into the doc. And also I will be creating a retrospective issue so people can add feedback there on how we can improve the hackathon.
I guess I haven't done this in the past, but it would be cool to do like a co-working hour or something where maybe I'm contributing and then I can have like an open Zoom room where I can invite other people to hang out. I can think about that. I'll add it to the retro. I'll volunteer to try that. If it doesn't get any traction, then small things.
Let's make a big pause in case someone else has anything.
No, that's something that we try to do every week. We have an hour where we usually no. Oh, by the way, we had a session today, me and Lee, where we walked through setting up the GDK and setting everything up from the fork to mostly getting the GDK up and running. Oh yeah, of course. And we might have another go next week to finish setting things up, because it's both creating the fork, setting up the GDK, and contributing to your first MR all in one thing, because we also open an MR for the GDK repo. So yeah, by the way, we try to have this session each Tuesday, so everyone can join if someone wants, but we didn't really get that many people joining. Not until now, at least.
Oh, we can have we can advertise that.
No, not that I'm not saying that we don't have enough people, so we're not happy, but
I know that.
yeah, what I was trying to say is that even opening a room is, for example, to someone to join in and see you contributing and doing stuff, that's not a guarantee that someone's going to join. So maybe that, in addition to live streaming or recording, is might be better. My cat just jumped and scared me to death. I'm going to have another heart attack sooner or later.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think just having a live stream doesn't mean people will join. They might not know about it. It might take time for them to even find out about it. But
yeah, that's exactly what the problem, if we want to call that, is. Because it's not really a problem, because we can, even if we record the stream, then we can put it somewhere, for example, on YouTube, and then if someone needs it, they can watch it there. The same thing that's getting done for GitLab Unfiltered.
By the way, to newcomers, Karthik and Vijay, sorry if I'm killing your name, feel free to introduce yourselves if you want. I'm Christos, we have Fatima, joined from the States, Marco from Italy, Stephen from the States, Siddharth from India. So yeah, I think it's your first time, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. Did you all hear that? I think someone was trying to speak. Or if you cannot unmute yourself, feel free to leave a comment on the chat here.
Hey, hi, Christos. I hope you can hear me. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I did not switch on the video right now. Anyway, but this is not the first time. I think I have contributed to the lab in the first quarter and won the second prize, if you remember, like emailed me and stuff like that. I attended another meeting during that time. So yeah, this is a short intro about me. I work parallelly as a senior software engineer. I mostly try to do front-end related stuff. So I had some of the questions, like if somebody could help out, right? Primarily, since I'm more towards the front end, I thought it would be Vue.js, which I might be contributing if I look up for the GitLab contributions. But mostly, whatever I've contributed recently has been HTML files and some of the Ruby files, right? Ruby on Rails is completely new to me, and I'm trying to get into and learning stuff like that. So I like to prefer someone could prefer me a better extension for the ID that I use for Ruby on Rails. Like for example, I make use of VS Code. I have some pre-installed, but the popular extensions for them for the Ruby on Rails as well as HTML. But sometimes I feel like I'm not able to go to the references of the methods, or it is not as easy as other kind of programming languages, I believe.
just to repeat your question was, because there was some breaking up, so just to see, to repeat to see whether I
Okay,
understood
so
your question. No, I can, let me, no, feel free, feel free. I was trying to do like extension for VS Code, right? So you can refer back to the different methods. That's something that's not working. with
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Sorry. If anyone has an idea about any extensions on VS Code that can help on Ruby on Rails, I can ask him to you can ask on Gitter actually. So you know our channel on Gitter. I posted here in the Zoom. This is like a place where all the community is and all the GitLab members. So maybe
Okay.
someone else an idea there.
Okay. Thanks.
Sorry for not being able to reply to your question.
Not a problem. I almost yeah, I'm almost done with some of the things, but something are not working. Like some of the references are not being called upon, or I'm not getting the full flow about the code sometimes. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Thanks anyway. Yeah.
Also, this office circle, during office circles, we have different sometimes we have topics, sometimes we don't have any topics. So this is a call more like meet and greet, say hi if you want to have any topics. Feel free to discuss them. And as far as let me check something else. There's gonna be a specific to release community of officer call. It's gonna take place on the 22nd of September, so it's gonna be in 3 weeks. I'm gonna post it on Meetup and everything, so don't worry about that. You're not gonna for missing it. It's last time it was gonna be their second officer call. The first one they had like huge success with a lot of people, so yeah. And the idea is like to start having more specific officer calls every week, like from different product groups. I saw some people try to unmute, so I'm gonna stop talking because I talk a lot.
Oh, I just wanted to say that office oracle, yeah, that were 17 people. It was really crowded, I guess. No, not 17.
17?
No, maybe not 17, but there were a lot of people.
Good to hear.
Yeah, almost everyone from the release team joined, if I don't remember correctly. And there were about 5 or 6 contributors. So yeah, there was quite a few people.
I post a recording in the doc and here in Zoom. Let's go count people. Okay. It's a lot of people.
Yeah, that looks really cool. Another thing for me to catch up on.
Yeah, I can see the video of about 11 people, but there were someone else in the background without the webcam.
Yeah, that's another thing is Zoom. I mean, that's interesting, right? Because right now it does not. I'm gonna go to our live stream to see whether it streams Karthik or Steven because yeah, it's interesting.
Oh, it doesn't. Yeah.
No, it does not. So for the stream right now, we're 4 people, even though here we're 7 people.
Maybe there's like a setting to show off-camera participants on screens or something.
Hold on.
Makes sense. You wouldn't want a bunch of black boxes on the thing, but
We have 4 more minutes for the call. If anyone wants to discuss anything, or we can talk about burritos.
We have 3 more minutes to the call, and 3 more minutes until my rice cooker is done.
Your rice cooker is done.
Wonderful.
What are you cooking?
We're making.
And are we invited?
I don't know if you're gonna make it in time. We're making curry rice.
Careful, we have Indians in the group.
Yeah, I wasn't
Just
sure
careful
about.
when you say curry. What kind of curry?
Oh, change topic.
Suddenly, Marco's internet is going off right now.
What's that, Marco? I can't hear you.
And he's gone.
I really need to have a taco for lunch now. After all we did today for the like 2 meetings I had is talk about burritos and tacos. And so now I like want it. So.
That's a mental thing. They wanted you to eat.
Right? I blame Christos.
I didn't bring the burrito conversation, but I'm
I think
For
it was
sure,
Brendan who's not here who started it.
for sure I continue it. I love burritos. Marco, have you made a burrito? I'm saying that
I
because
did
Marco
make-
cooks a lot.
Yeah, I did make burritos in the past. And unfortunately, we don't really have things like, I don't know, Taco Bell or something like that here, at least where I live. So yeah, I really wish they would.
Fortunately, you mean.
Yeah, I was going
Not
to say,
unfortunately.
unfortunately, wasn't the right word.
Thank you.
Here, the rice cooker.
All right, once again, this is the time. This is the sound of the end of our meeting.
I need that sound or the Samsung washer sound for like exiting the meeting. Signals the end of the live stream.
But Steven, I mean, okay, Taco Bell maybe not, but what about the Chipotle?
Acceptable.
We
At
agree on
least,
that.
at least you won't
for-
be in the bathroom for 10 hours after Chipotle. Taco Bell. Won't be getting a Taco Bell sponsorship for this stream.
I don't think so.
All right, friends, thank you all for joining. It was nice to see you all. And we'll see online.
Yeah. See you
Yep.
soon.
All right, see you soon. Enjoy the rest of your days, of your day. not day.
Thanks.